honor to have you guys. And Dr. Sheikh is Associate Professor and the HOD of Physics Department at Vardhaman College of Engineering. And Sheikh Garu, the mic is yours, and we would love to listen to have you guys. And Dr. Sheikh is, yeah, we would love to listen, your contributions and your journey through this academics, what you've been presenting out to the world.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I myself, Dr. Dadamiah PMD Shaik, Associate Professor and Head Department of Physics, Vardhaman College of Engineering. And as you said, the contributions toward the science and technology is not that much. It's really thank for recognizing me. More than me, there are many in India. They are really doing great to the country, and also their contribution is much more than me. But the opportunity you have given is really I thankful to you, and that has to reach to the common people as well. As you said, what we are doing to the country, it should not stick on to the people which are at higher levels, but also to the people which are in the lower order. So that is to the villages as well. Today in the morning when we are going to attend flag hosting, we thought of recollecting when the famous person said the villages are the backbone of our country. So, with respect to agriculture, with respect to the culture, whatever we follow, that has to be reached to the higher level. At the same time, the science and technology, what we are going, should reach to the common people. With this motto, everyone should work. And I myself has not taken this physics as the option as my passion, but accidentally entered, frankly speaking. But after that, slowly when I started knowing it and understanding it, and really there is plenty of room at the bottom. This was the statement given by the scientist Feynman, and it is there still in the 21st century also. We
Mm,
can recollect the statement of Planck, like quanta will rule the world actually,
okay.
which was a packet of energy he coined when there were so many issues with classical kind of things. Then
Mm,
this is a man who tried to modify those assumptions to solve those problems.
okay.
He gave a statement that yes, quantas will be there as a packets of energies, and
Mm,
those quantas slowly identified, and in terms of every aspect, with respect to the particle, with respect to the electromagnetic waves, those were
mm, mm.
really truly identified. And now we are again talking about those quantas now, which is going to rule the future. So with this point and with this mindset, it really interesting, I am telling. And the listeners also, you really love the physics behind this quantum computing, what we are going to have a small kind of discussion or some kind of sharing among ourselves, really. And also add up of this mathematics also, truly I say it's a language between a bridge between a quantum physics to the quantum computing. So
Okay. Okay.
without that, there is no contact between the physics and as well as the quantum computing. I'm really telling that
Absolutely.
mathematics is became the bridge. So that
Mm.
also I will address in the middle of whenever it is required, whenever it comes. I tell what the role mathematics is doing along with the physics to reach the quantum computing to the further extent.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah. So that's wonderful. I also trust and believe, mathematics plays a very key role, in connecting that bridge. If science is a nature, then the language of whatever the nature speaks is mathematics, is what I believe also.
Yes.
As a computer scientist and who's been, loving this quantas concept a lot. When Max Planck came up with this particular concept, it was like astonishing in back in days itself, and now we can
Yes.
see that everywhere, right? And literally, if we just go little, basic level of, the term people started talking about more quantum computing. It is everywhere today, right? So, what do you see a differentiator between the classical computers as well as the quantum computers, which are evolving right now?
It's really good to know for everybody.
Hmm, hmm,
The classical computers, what we are using, what we are looking, what we are operating, and which is in front of me, in front of everybody. And the
yeah,
quantum computer, what we are visualizing, what we are thinking about, we must know, are they different? Are they similar? I will tell
hmm,
the way they both are similar with respect to input as well as the output.
yeah,
This should be noted everyone. It should be
hmm,
same. And being a computer scientist, I must be very much scared and very much afraid of you, because I have to talk in terms of the computer language now, because
yeah,
you can
yeah,
easily catch me whenever I make anything, any mistake here.
yeah,
And
yeah,
this kind of input and output is very well known to everybody. When you
yes,
come to the processor,
yeah,
we call central processing unit,
hmm,
where all the computations done in classical computer.
yes,
And this central processing unit, how it computes, it computes in terms of zeros and ones, and we all know that in terms of binary digits, and we use the Boolean algebra, that kind of binary language we use. Okay, fine.
yes,
So when
yes,
it is a binary language, what we do with this language, and we give it to some kind of gates to operate them, and these
yes,
gates will operate these bits, and finally we get the output, and that's how it is manipulating, that's how it is computing. Fine, the outputs are coming, and wonderfully we are enjoying every day.
yes, yes,
But what is happening with the classical computers, and what is the need of going to these quantum computers? Are they really required? If you think like this,
hmm,
so
hmm,
when we are giving the inputs continuously, and if the input number is increasing, the classical computers are getting or slowed down. That was
hmm,
observed by the scientists, because
hmm, hmm,
the processor which we are using now, it is processing the instructions in microseconds, as it's a microprocessor, and if more instructions are there, so it takes time to process and gives the output. Okay, fine. To
yeah,
speed up and to increase its speed, what earlier used to do, from the vacuum tubes to the transistors, the development has come, and we are making the transistors of a smaller sizes in a nano scale, to
hmm,
increase the speed, and
hmm,
also we reduce the size. And in this way, what happened very clearly with an example, I tell you, if I
hmm,
have a room, a big room of volume,
yeah,
in where only five people are there, and whenever
hmm,
I call a person like X, Y, Z, A, B, I call A,
hmm,
immediately I get output as A. If I
yeah,
call Y, immediately the output will come as Y. Fine.
yes, yes,
When I reduce the size of the room, where I create only a narrow space to them, and they
hmm,
are standing in a row, in a
hmm,
line, in a queue,
hmm, hmm,
like A, B, X, Y, Z. If I call A, it is easy to come out from that particular narrow room. And if I call Z, not possible to come. This is what the scientists face the problem. As
hmm,
the transistor's size is go on decrease, they found that these transistors are not working as the user expected. They are not giving zero
got it,
as zero. Instead, they are giving some kind of one as instead of zero, one, or zero instead of one. These kind of changes they have observed, and from
hmm,
that
hmm,
they understood that the decrease in the size may be the problem in the future. We should not go below this range, below this size, and then
yeah,
what to do. That
hmm,
is
hmm,
different case what to do, but they
hmm,
started knowing what is happening that particular scale, what is happening there.
ah,
Then the story comes into picture.
hmm,
When we reduce the size there, the particles or the electrons what are there in the transistors are going to play the role of quantum mechanics. So they
Oh,
are following the principles of quantum mechanics at the lower and lower sizes, and
got it.
then the origin of quantum computing has come. Yes, there is something to be applied now. If this
Got
can
it.
be done, then we can see some kind of difference in the future with this kind of things. It has not taken a day or a year or 10 or 20 years. It has taken around more than 50 years to
Hmm.
understand this particular point. And once they understood, the other scientists like Shor, Grover, they add up with their algorithms. They add up
Awesome.
with their algorithms to this particular concept, and they made the quantum computers and computations now in reality. We are
Yes.
now with them. But
Yeah.
still, there are challenges we have to see in the future as well. This is what the classical and the quantum computer, where we use the binary bits here. Here we use a special bits called quantum bits. That
Yes.
is to
Yes.
be understood.
Yeah.
Without knowing the basic information, the
Yes.
quantum computing cannot be understood. And
Yeah.
once anyone understand this quantum computing, I'm telling you as the computer scientist, 50% of your quantum computing is done. If you are
Yes.
good at quantum bits, your
Ah.
50% of quantum computing is done. After
Yep.
that, what
Yep.
to do with these bits, that can be
Hmm.
processed, that anybody can done. Like it is like an
Yes.
alphabets. It's
Yes.
like an
Yes.
alphabets, and those who know
Ah.
the alphabet will know the words, then can frame the sentences, and then can go
Awesome.
for the paragraphs.
Yeah.
Wonderfuls they can do once they are good at the alphabets. Even I used to tell my kids, practice the alphabets first. Either it is
Hmm.
a Telugu
Hmm.
alphabets
Hmm.
or English, whatever is that basic thing. If you are good,
Hmm.
obviously
Hmm.
the other things you will understand slowly. That's
Yeah.
what happening here.
Yeah.
The bits and here the qubits. Along with that, some quantum mechanical principles like superposition,
Hmm.
entanglement,
Hmm.
interference
Hmm.
added to these makes
Hmm.
the quantum computers more special, more
Hmm.
important
Hmm.
than these classical computers.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. So for a person who really want to learn these, about the quantum bits, the qubits, what we call, right, and
Yeah,
the other quantum principles, because people majority of the time they think that this is completely rocket science or something, right? So,
true, it's
but
happening.
how do you think we can proceed with, there are a lot of enthusiastic people who want to really get into this particular subject and explore a lot, because there is, as you mentioned also, the room is very plenty. Inside
Right,
that room we have to put our brains, we have to put our, the technology, we have to put all that stuff, right? So
right.
how a person, when he comes or when he want to really study this particular concept, how do you pretty much start his journey, and how does a person really should understand, what is this qubit, or what are those foundational quantum principles?
Wonderful. That's a
Yeah.
good one because
Yeah.
what to take, where to take the step, it's really good.
Yeah.
So I start with like first of all, no need to worry. It
Mm-hmm.
is not a rocket science, as you said, where we have to pay more attention than what we can pay towards this quantum computing. The only thing is a little physics with
Mm.
a spices of mathematics. If you add, then the results will be very tasty. I'm telling you.
Ah, ah.
The platform is physics you should make, and then
Yeah,
add some spices to that, and
yeah,
your output is very tasty. What
yeah.
physics that we have to add, that everyone should know. What kind of
Mm,
mathematics that we should add, that is to be known. And once this is okay, then ready.
mm.
Then I tell, as you mentioned here, qubit. What is that qubit? It's very
Yes,
tough to understand qubit because it's a starting step of your,
yes,
like whenever I see some kind of course, the first step is the bigger one. After that the steps are smaller, so do
yeah.
not wait at the first step. Once you get into the first step or crossed it, then the other steps are very easy to do. The same
Mm,
kind of things here.
mm,
And
mm,
qubits is very tough to understand. I'm telling you, you have to
mm.
imagine the qubit first of all. And how
Oh,
can we make the qubit also? I'll just share my viewpoint as well as the reality what the IBM, Google, they are working on it, and
sure,
the
sure.
quantum AI also how they are working on it. I'll just share.
Ah, yeah,
I
yeah.
used to compare qubit always with the mind of a human.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mind of a human.
Mm, mm,
I first explain what the human mind is, how
mm.
it
mm,
is, and then
mm.
I just take you to the qubit.
Yes.
Every human mind is very complex. If you
Okay.
ask me what
Yeah.
is there in your mind, I just say, sir, I am doing some session here,
Huh.
and that's it. I tell to you.
Mm.
Behind that, so much is moving in my mind. What
Huh.
is next tomorrow? What
Yes.
is there? Everything is
Yes.
there, and what should I do after this session? What I
Yeah.
mean to say,
Yeah.
apart what we are doing now,
Mm.
there are
Mm.
so many things that are present which are hidden.
Yes. Yes.
This hidden kind of thing was proposed or described by Einstein, Podolsky, and Rosen with their EPR paradox in 1935. They said, yes, something will be hidden. And unless you understand this hidden part,
Huh.
your quantum mechanics is incomplete, they said.
Got it.
Your quantum
Yes.
mechanics is incomplete unless you
Income.
understand what is hidden in that particular particle or in that particular any particle kind of thing.
Mm.
And
Mm.
that is very tough to digest this particular EPR paradox. Then 1964, Bell
Mm-hmm.
proposed
Mm-hmm.
Bell inequality to test whether this EPR paradox is correct or not.
Huh.
I
Huh.
mean,
Huh.
something hidden variables are present and something hidden properties are there. Whether is it correct or not is a mathematical theorem he developed and applied, and
Yeah.
it is proved that it is incorrect. Bell's
Got it.
inequality is incorrect. The
Mm.
EPR
Mm.
paradox is correct with the consistent experiments. It was proved already. And why
Oh.
I am telling this? Because a qubit is like a human brain. It is there something roaming or moving behind my whatever I am doing. And even if I raise the same question to you, sir, are you only listening to me? What I am telling means no, no, no. You might also thinking that whether is it recording or not, how many people are listening, and how many are coming. There are many, not you, but whoever
Yeah.
are joined
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
everybody's mind is very complex.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
why I just recall the statement of a Feynman, who is also known as a father of nanotechnology,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
year 1982, when the
Mm.
physicist and computer science people came into a single platform on a
Mm-hmm.
conference, he said,
Mm.
your nature is not a classical, damn it, it's a quantum. So apply the
Yeah.
quantum
Absolutely.
mechanics for the simulations what you are doing, unless until you don't reach to the expected whatever you are trying to reach. Nothing it has not done. Please apply the quantum principles to the computations. You will see the difference, he
Yes.
said.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
this why I recollected, because the thing what is there in the quantum bit is something is roaming, and that qubit has the complexity in it, so we
Mm.
represent
Mm.
the qubit with a complex number,
Mm. Yeah.
with a complex number, and the cos theta by 2 of ket 0 plus e power I phi sin theta
Ah.
by 2
Mm.
ket 1. That is how the complex number will be given.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
One part. The other part, this qubit is, as it's a complex, people used to represent in a geometrical way of a sphere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your qubit is neither 0 nor 1.
Uh-huh.
It
Uh-huh.
is having both 0 and 1 at the same time. Mixture of both the state is possible at the same time. I'm telling.
Yep.
This is
Yep.
what
Yep.
the superposition is, one of the principles, and it is there in the qubit. And that's
Yes.
what the
Yes.
qubit is completely different, and it's very tough to understand. And one more
Yeah.
point I
Yeah.
want to add with respect to mathematics, we represent this qubit in terms of a vector, in terms of a column vector.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as it's more complex, it's very tough to understand. That's why we have to again recall one of the principles like de Broglie's hypothesis,
Mm. Mm.
who said, see, every particle behave like a wave. It's a breakthrough in the concepts of physics. It's a breakthrough, actually. Breakthrough.
Yes. 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 Uh-huh.
Every particle behaves like a wave. So particle wave, it's mind blowing. And
Uh-huh.
wave kind of nature we have to recollect here in quantum computing. Those who do not understand the wave nature will not
Mm-hmm.
understand the qubit, cannot
Yep.
understand this quantum computing finally.
Oh.
So
Yes.
this is
Yes.
how a complex number, a sphere, a vector, as well as a wave. This is how a quantum bit uh, can be analyzed, actually can be analyzed in these
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
waves. And one more I add to this for it's unstable.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Yes.
our mind, as I compared, our mind is unstable. If I ask, are you going there, means I don't know whether I go there or go here, but I'll try to see what will happen. And finally, we will come to a conclusion and somewhere we go.
Yes. Yes.
There may
Yes.
be so many things. Likewise, qubit is unstable. And
Mm,
this
mm,
is what a
mm.
major challenge with the quantum computing, because it's not stable. How can we process it? And
Yeah.
once we cannot process it, again it's a fragile, there is a chance of this superposition can be broken anytime. This concept
Yes.
again is called a decoherence.
Mm.
Decoherence is kind of very tough, the decoherence, it's also
Yeah.
another challenge. And
Yeah.
this qubit is stable,
Yeah.
not stable. To make it stable, so this is an
Mm-hmm.
important point to note. To make it
Mm.
stable, what is happening means the scientists adding some other qubits to that and calling the entire group as logical qubit,
Mm. Yeah.
calling entire group as logical qubits.
Yeah.
One bit is unstable, moving
Mm-hmm.
like here like that. Once
Uh-huh.
you added many qubits to that,
Mm.
will reduce those vibrations or those noise and those instability and can make the stable. That is called a logical qubit.
Ah.
This
Yes.
logical qubit only stores the quantum information and process the quantum information, and
Mm.
also has the character of correcting the errors by itself. That's what the speciality of this logical qubit.
Haha. Wow.
With some
Wow.
error correction codes, that's a
Mm.
different part. And this
Mm.
is the, I came from qubit to logical qubit in order
Yes.
to stabilize it, in order to stabilize
Yeah.
it. But another
Yeah.
qubit people, or we used to call as ancilla bit, it's an
Mm.
extra bit we added to these group of qubits or logical qubit in order to check the error or measure the error. It won't carry any information, it
Yeah.
won't store any information. It's only to check whether error is there, how much error is there. That's the kind of thing. So
Mm.
that's what about the qubit that everybody knows, and it's not
Yeah.
easy. You have to work on it, and you have
Yeah.
to look at that particular Bloch sphere. We call, we should look at particular complex form of this qubit again, and then vector we have to take in terms of a monoqubit vector representation is different,
Mm.
and in
Mm.
terms of multiple qubits you have, then the vector representation will change, and
Yes.
that depends. So this is how if a person started with a qubit and slowly he or she has to connect with those things, and
Yeah.
if we, even me including me, if we put on the paper, then
Mm.
slowly the qubits can be analyzed, and
Yeah.
then we are ready with the qubits, because the
Mm-hmm.
qubits preparing them is very tough. It's not like
Yeah.
transistors. So we have to take the hardware of these qubits,
Yeah.
and those hardwares nowadays, super conducting elements people are using,
Yes. Yes.
trapped ions people are using,
Mm-hmm.
neutral atoms are using,
Mm-hmm.
photons people are using,
Yeah.
and electrons can be used,
Mm.
NMR can be used. So
Mm.
there are many ways the qubits
Mm.
can be designed. That's the hard
Mm.
way.
Mm.
And the environmental situations where your qubit depends,
Mm-hmm.
and I said it's sensitive to the environment. And so
Yeah.
when it's sensitive to environment, if you cannot handle it carefully,
Mm.
then it lost its character of superposition, it
Got it.
lost its character of decoherence something. No,
Mm.
it losting itself is making decoherence.
Mm.
So it
Mm.
lost the character of superposition mainly.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
naturally becomes this classical bit again. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
finally, we cannot understand this qubit, and to measure it, to measure that particular qubit, we have to
Yeah.
break that particular qubit and convert that information into the classical.
Got
Finally,
it.
we do that. Finally, we do
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's what
Yes.
the qubit, and qubit
Yeah.
cannot be understood. And what I can say finally, you have to break that qubit and convert into the classical. That breaking of a qubit and converting into classical called a decoherence. That is also
Decoherence.
required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
Got it. Yeah. But this is a very fantastic explanation, sir, actually, and very thankful for that, breaking down into the couple of pieces. And and we can still talk on one subject which I really like from day to infinite, literally, why quantum mechanics is an incomplete subject, right?
Sir, it's an
And as
ocean. It's an ocean.
yeah.
We cannot swim an ocean in an hour or a day. I'm telling you.
Yes,
If you
yes, yes,
start
yes.
and we can touch and we can look at the drop of the ocean. If that
Yeah.
drop is salty, then we can understand the character of that one. We are trying to reach particular drop now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, this is what
And
I can say. Only drop we are trying.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that is a very fantastic way how you brought in the human mind, because at Foundries we are very much centralized towards the center of excellence. We have the, artificial intelligence, cyber security, quantum, and blockchain. This falls under a school called which is Deep Tech School, and we
Good.
do the robotics and the IoT, and we have another schools which support this, which is sustainability, energy, and entrepreneurship also. And if people want to come in and learn the quantum mechanics and the quantum subjects, the quantum computing, they can definitely do it. But you guys are really, really, challenging the theorems what has been proposed back in days, and you are
Yes.
experimenting them right now. And one thing which I want to add, every person looks at quantum computing, immediately the light comes to their mind as one is entanglement and the superposition. And you've been
Wonderful.
talking about that, right? Right. And they feel that these two words are magical words in this world, in the world of
Yes.
quantums where we live. So,
Yes.
what is the reason behind that magical world?
Instead of magic, I can say they are the laws of physics actually. The
Mm,
superposition and entanglement and interference I add to those two. They are actually the fundamental laws of the physics. That's why those who are afraid or scared of this particular physics and they do not reach to that particular those particular principles, and obviously they do not understand this quantum bit, and it looks them difficult. That's it.
yeah, yeah,
That in simpler way, I'll just tell what these
yeah.
principles are telling, so that
Mm-hmm.
everyone will feel that yeah, okay, that's it. A very simple thing is there.
Mm,
If
mm,
I come to this superposition,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
it is a phenomena of waves actually.
mm, mm,
And when I say phenomena of waves,
mm,
I have to recall your qubit is a
mm-hmm,
wave. Your
mm,
qubit is a wave.
yeah.
So once you are talking about the superposition is a phenomena of waves, you can apply this to your qubits.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, fine.
mm-hmm,
That's the first point. Second point, when I connected these two waves,
mm-hmm,
I will give an example. I have a two numbers like 2 and 3. I tell someone to add 2 plus 3, very simple. Even a computer scientist not required. 2 plus 3 equals to 5. Everybody say, yes, result is done.
yeah.
Likewise, I start asking add 10 numbers, and the
Ah,
answer they'll give only one number, and I
uh-huh,
give 1,000 numbers to a person to do, finally I'll
uh-huh,
get a number. If I
mm-hmm,
give 1 lakh random numbers to do addition and give the result, that
yeah,
person
yeah.
might be stopped. I reach to the computer where the computer or the computation required.
Mm,
There
mm,
what will happen, it gives a number only. In
mm,
all these cases,
mm,
what I get finally means a number I get.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your superposition is all about mixing of waves, adding of waves.
Mm,
That's
okay,
it. Adding
that's it.
of
Okay.
waves will have the superposition state of your qubit.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Superposition state, I mean having 1 0
Mm,
together at the same time,
yes, yes,
which cannot
yes.
be understood directly as a human, but the
Yeah.
quantum only understands that. That's the
Mm,
reason why you have to break that superposition to understand exact state at that particular point.
got it, got it. Yeah.
Yes, the same thing. Once again, I give with an example which I already used. Your mind is like a qubit, and
Ah,
once you have so many things in front of you, whether to
mm,
go this, to go that, to go there, then
mm.
somewhere you will go. You are not a multiple person like a double action, like in a Bahubali or somewhere else. We are not like that. We are a
Yeah,
reality when you talk about.
yeah,
Somewhere
yeah.
at one place only you will be present. When you are
Yes,
reaching to the one place, you have to cut off the other things.
yes, yes,
That
yes.
cut off the superposition state and making into one state is it decoherence.
Ah, got it.
And when you are talking about this, because this superposition kind of thing, all the waves will be mixture will be available. And
Mm-hmm.
when there is a mixture of these waves,
Mm,
there is
mm,
another concept called interference. That
mm.
is also phenomena of waves.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I said, you will get a single wave after sorry, single number after adding so many individual numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Here also you will get a single wave after adding so many waves that we call superimposed waves.
You got it.
That
Yeah.
resultant wave is an important which decides what is
Mm-hmm.
correct, what is wrong. What is it? How can it is decided means those people who is having a background of physics will talk about this constructive interference and destructive interference.
Yes. Yes.
Wherever the waves undergone constructive interference, a higher amplitude peak will come.
Yeah.
That tells us this is the right answer for that particular state. And
Okay.
destructive
Yeah.
interference, wherever it took, means it is the wrong answer where you can suppress. This is
Mm.
how the
Mm.
interference is the result of a superposition. They both are
Mm-hmm.
connected to each other.
Got it. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
what the case or which state comes out will be
Yeah.
decided by the qubit, and finally that comes out as the interference constructively.
Yes.
Whichever undergone the constructive interference case will come as the output once you break the quantum state. That's about the
Got it.
superposition and the interference part.
Mm.
Entanglement part, as
Mm.
I already told, EPR, Einstein,
Mm.
Podolsky, and Rosen has
Yeah.
described this EPR paradox. Actually, what they
Yeah.
said is there is an inherent property will be there hidden into the particles,
Yes.
and that is called entangled. They called entangled.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
entangled particles means
Yeah.
a particle whenever it is entangled with another particle,
Yeah.
they behave like a single particle. They
Yes.
behave like a single particle. And
Mm-hmm.
I generally used to compare this entanglement with the engagement between the male and female, so that
Ah.
once they are engaged, they remain as a one forever.
Mm. Okay.
According
Very
to
nice.
this, whenever you pair two particles, I mean, when
Yeah.
you entangled these any two particles, like a plus half spin, minus half spin,
Mm.
and they remain forever as a single particle, and if
Yeah.
you move them away,
Mm. Mm.
irrespective of the distance, the
Mm.
property remains in them. What this APR paradox explains or entanglement will tell.
Mm.
What does that mean? Means if you bring any changes in one particle,
Ah.
will be immediately affect on the other particle. That's what the beauty of this entanglement.
Yeah.
Where it is minus half, even it is a light distance, light year distance also. If I make it
Mm.
minus half, obviously
Mm.
the other will become plus half. That's what entangle will tell.
Ah. Got it. Got it. So,
And that
but
is a breakthrough in the quantum teleportation. Actually, you we need not make any channel. If you
yes,
share
it's.
this share, if you share this entangled particles,
Mm.
then
Mm.
whatever the changes you make here, the
Mm.
same changes on the other side can be visualized or can be understood, can be realized at the moment itself, at the same moment itself. There is no delay at all. That is how the quantum teleportation is wonderfully work out.
Ah. Super. Super. Super.
That's what quantum
And
entanglement is.
wow. I think again, this is a great explanation of comparing them with the engagement, and
But
it's
I
yeah,
generally,
it's
when
it's
I
the
said this
nature, right?
engagement
Yeah.
process, I don't believe this 21st century engagements. Uh, 50 years before,
Yeah.
60 years before, or 100 years before engagement, I generally used to think and then I apply. These are all my examples I am sharing. These are all my
Yes.
personal examples I am sharing when I gone through or when I am learning this quantum computing. This is how it is happening. So might be because the people said nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nature loves symmetry. Apply
Yes.
nature concept to make the computations better. That's what the Feynman also said.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nature is nothing but a quantum. So you apply quantum to the
Hmm.
computations. So make it
Competitions.
quantum computing. So
True.
then here a question will come: how this nature becomes quantum?
Ah. Ah.
Yeah, question. That's people used to go, hey, sir said nature becomes quantum. How is it? Einstein said energy mass relation equals to mc square. And in
Ah.
nature, only two things are present, only energy and matter, no
Yeah.
other. And even entangled also happen between these two. And
Hmm.
usually everywhere, the
Mm-hmm.
creator has created pairs in the world or in the universe, pairs in the
Yeah.
universe. And
Yeah.
so when matter and energy is there, when this
Mm-hmm.
matter makes transition between the energy levels,
Hmm.
that transition emits in form of packets of energies,
Yeah.
and those absorbs energy and emits in the form of packets of energies. These
Uh-huh.
packets that Planck called quantas, and
Mhm.
these quantas helps in understanding motion of these microparticles. There's a
Mhm.
big theory behind it that's called Planck's black body radiation. He explained from this, and that's
Yeah.
why energy is available. Packet of energy is nothing but quanta, and so
Quantum.
your nature is quanta. So to compare nature with the quanta and apply these to your computing and make it quantum computing. That's it, simple.
That's it. Simple. Yeah. Yeah.
And in this platform, you have given an opportunity. I call this quantum computing now as nature computing.
Wow, what a word. I really admire to that particular word from today.
Thank you,
Even
thank
I
you.
also say them, whenever I go to my lectures or my sessions, I'll say that the quantum computing, soon it's going to become the nature computing. And I also trust in the technology because we've been the technology evangelist for the years. So, there's
Yes,
no spooky action around this as per the
wonderful.
EPR paradox, right?
Paradox. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. You are right.
But yeah. Yeah, I think this is a wonderful discussion which we are going. So, in the reality, in the real world, people are really wowed a lot about this quantum computing. In the next 5 years, in next 10 years, this quantum computing is going to come. There will not be any kind of jobs. The entire thing will be taken care by the, computers and all that. There is some, crazy amount of worry. Even right now, we see that worry when AI is in the picture and it's doing this that and everything, and people say that quantum computing can do this, do that, do XYZ, whatever. But how much are we related to that reality, and what do you see that spooky action in this? If you can correlate that to the APR paradox and think that concept will give us, open that haystack inside the hidden agenda of the quantas, I believe. Right.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So AI can do anything, as you said. You are working on AI, but
Yeah.
quanta is already in nature, and once you connect this AI to quanta,
Mm-hmm.
will again become the nature. And of course, how it changes, it's obviously change will be there, definitely. What
Yeah.
kind of change will be there mm, in future, only that decides. I can't tell now what kind of changes we can see, but
Yeah.
only thing is those who are good at these particular areas
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
and working on it,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we are all see, sir, very clearly and frankly speaking, we are totally dependent on machines.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
not thinking about ourselves. I am sitting
Mm-hmm.
here, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have patience to go somewhere and to bring the bottle from my refrigerator itself, and I just tell and it has to come to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
One mission. The other mission, recently, when I was with my colleague, we came across one incident like we're traveling by our car, and seat belt has not kept. Then the beep sound is coming in the car.
Mm.
Then
Mm.
I understood, when a person not with the seat belt, when beep is coming, then I
Mm.
have to invent one sensor which should tell me that
Mm.
overdose of eating you're doing, and today how
Mm.
much proteins you have taken that is
Mm.
already crossed. Don't eat this particular thing. Stop. So the
Yeah.
beep sound has to come. I connect that particular chip with my stomach, because
Ah.
many are nowadays losing their lives by eating
Yes.
outside food, and obesity is there, and this is what health issues are there. And
Yeah.
those sensors I need, actually I connect with my stomach, and immediately that stomach should reflect from through that sensor, means, hey, stop, stop, your dose is done today, and stop. So
Mm.
why this
Mm.
example I have given, we are strongly dependent on mission,
Mm.
and
Yes.
how strong your missions are, based
Mm-hmm.
on that your future will be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Agree.
your
Yeah.
quantum, what is it doing in the machine, means it is making those machines very intelligent and natural machines it is doing. And AI is obviously, it is a kind of intelligence. Who are
Mm.
doing this, means, of course, you people behind that, and
Mm.
algorithms you are making, and also writing the programs and training the
Mm-hmm.
machines. And so earlier, what those machines used to do, we have to click on some kind of buttons, and based on
Yeah.
that the computation process will start, fuzzy logic, and the output will come. Now no,
Mm, mm,
that also is not enough, and automatically it
mm,
has to
mm,
understand, like agent AI is coming,
mm,
and it is doing work by itself. You even need not give any inputs to that particular thing.
mhm, mhm.
And so when you are training the machine in such a high sophisticated manner,
Mm,
obviously in the
mm,
future this will be truly change the world. There is no doubt at all. And one has to go behind it. Otherwise, they have to leave this technology and go settle in the villages and doing wonderful environment, and they can enjoy. If you
Yeah.
want to stand in the market, and you should
Mm,
move along with this technology,
mm,
and definitely you will understand what is going, and
mm.
you don't sit what you have with you.
Yes.
You
Yes.
adjust yourself, or you
Yeah.
uh, become flexible yourself, so that the
Mm,
market likes you, market hires you, or market gives some kind of tasks to solve that. This is how the quantum will definitely influence in the market. And also, not even one, when you are talking about your resources, or your what is those institutes, you said we have these, we have these, we have implementing
yeah.
this,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can add this quanta to everything.
Yes.
Quanta
Yes.
AI, quanta cyber security, quanta
Mm, mm,
teleportation,
mm,
quantum cryptography, quantum
yeah.
simulation, quantum optimization. So you can understand where not everywhere this quanta is.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because again, I came back, that is a nature.
Yes.
Without
Obviously.
that, how can you make your machines more talented? And you have to add this to make your machines talented. That's what I can even tell, that it's a kind of thing which, if you add your systems, your AI, your cyber, everything will become very tasty.
Yes. 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 Absolutely.
This has to be done. Yeah.
Yeah. And since we are able to see that future which is going to happen, which is going to be driven by these machines around us, and again, those examples are very well crafted out. So, if the students or the young engineers who are to today to learn to build a career inside the quantum computing, where do you think they should get started with?
First, no student or no person should afraid of this quantum or any technology which is there. And
Mm-hmm.
only thing is, they have to work out the basics things that is required, as I said in the beginning, alphabets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this quantum, where is it exactly? You need not go into the deep of quantum physics or quantum mechanics to learn this quantum computing. Everybody can reach to the quantum computing. Everybody can understand the quantum computing, provided a
Mm-hmm.
little principles what are required to do, that is that is needed. Little principles, like I
Mm-hmm.
said something. But
Mm-hmm.
when you started understanding these principles, might be some kind of not introduction, fundamentals you might be required, that can be understood nowadays, because we have all these net sources and chat GPT, everything, and they
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
some kind of information to you, and you can start. That's what
Yeah.
the basic step you can put. After
Mm,
that, basic some kind of mathematics. So if you start with like vectors, linear algebra particularly, then
mm, mm,
complex numbers, probability,
mm,
and vector spaces. So like Hilbert space, if you can mix these with those fundamentals, now
mm,
you are in one another step, and now
mm.
you can easily understand what can you do with these to make it a quantum computing. What can you do
Got
with
it.
these?
Got it.
What can you do with this? Again, I compare with the classical. What you have done with the previous transistor kind of or chips kind of thing. You have bits with
Mm,
you, and you
mhm,
have taken the logic gates, and you
mm, mm.
applied the logic gates onto your classical bits, and you got some kind of results, and you are working on it. Your computation is done,
Then, yeah,
by
yeah.
which you have developed these algorithms, RSA algorithms, which are very much security, everybody feels. And now what you have to do here, you have
Mm,
to build these quantum bits. And
mhm,
as I said, those bits are very critical, and there your understanding is required. You have to
Ah,
pay attention to understand these qubits and those some little principles we add. Now,
yes,
what are the
yes.
mathematics if you understand? Then
Hmm,
go to the quantum logic gates.
hmm, hmm,
Quantum logic gates, those are
hmm,
again matrices. The matrix comes or mathematics comes into picture. Apply
mhm,
these gates onto these qubits
hmm.
and process
Okay.
these things, and you will get the output, and apply those algorithms like Shor's, Grover, Dewey algorithms. Then
Mhm,
you will see the computation, which is completely different computation, which the classical computers cannot do. You can
hmm,
see those computations even here just by
hmm,
applying
hmm,
the nature,
mhm,
your quanta you
hmm.
have to apply here.
Ah.
This is how any person can start with, but those qubits, when it is more errors are coming, and minimizing those errors, that's a challenging. Quantum error correction is a big challenge nowadays, and
Oh.
particularly one Microsoft, no, Google is mainly working on minimizing those quantum error corrections, like
Hmm, mhm,
1,000 qubits if you have with more error in them, like because they are fragile and the more error will be there,
yeah.
rather than having 100 qubits with no, minor or minimum error will be more better than your 1,000 noisy qubits. That's I
Mhm,
can say.
mhm.
So this is how everybody can start, and everybody can understand and can apply that to their fields, like
Got it.
to
Got it.
AI, to their
Mm.
cybersecurity, to simulation, to quantum chemistry, to anywhere they can apply.
Got it. Got it. Can you expand on the most research which is happening in the industry, as you mentioned, the quantum corrections, the qubit corrections? Can you expand it on that? What are the evident problems which people are seeing? Because this will be helpful for the researchers and other people who are listening to this pretty much. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's error correction. I said your qubit is unstable and bubbling, and more error is there with with that, and you have to make it stable. And in making, I usually compare this whenever I am studying. So a person when jumping or doing some jumps, and many vibrations will come. And
Mm-hmm.
if
Mm-hmm.
a group of people holding their hands and starting jump, and some
Hmm.
kind of vibrations will be uh, in kind of synchronous vibrations or coherent vibrations will come, and that
Hmm.
is how a single person's vibrations can be minimized by grouping them. And
Okay.
another example, I can say, I am sitting alone in a room, and I have various tasks in my mind, and I don't know what to do at that particular moment, and
Mm-hmm.
which should start first, where should I end? Then it's a very big problem and task for me. And I
Hmm.
sit along with the people of any kind of expertise, and I share. I have these. Kind of things. I have to prepare a presentation. I have to prepare some registers. I have to prepare for class. I have to go there and I have to attend. So many things I'll keep. Then I'll get so many inputs from them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
those inputs help me in taking the decision,
Got it. Got it.
and my mind will be stabilized, and at those kind of situations, yes, yes,
Huh?
these are the
Mhm.
things, and I have to do this first, and then I have to go this. That is
Mm.
how the errors can be minimized with these particular kind of things. And likewise, selecting the hardware is also very, very important.
Got it.
If I select a semiconductor qubit,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I am sorry, superconductor qubit. Semiconductor
Okay.
qubit is also there. Of course, this quantum dot is can be act as a qubit, but
Oh.
particularly superconducting qubit, if I take, which can be prepared by a Josephson junction we call, which is an hardware used, which is nothing
Mm.
but an insulator sandwiched between two superconductors.
Mm. Mm.
And these
Mm.
superconductors can conduct. I can say super means the conductivity is infinite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Infinite conductivity, which was not possible actually, but the Dutch scientist was found HK once, and it was happened, and now it is there. It is real actually.
Mm.
And when it is sandwiched between these two, then it is found that the current is possible through an insulator when it is sandwiched between two superconductors.
Ah,
That was the breakthrough during 1911.
ah,
Insulator which does not allow current like
yeah,
wood,
yeah.
but the specific thickness should be there. That
Hmm,
is to be noted. Specific
hmm,
thickness must be there,
hmm.
and so the current will be there. Current means flow of electrons. Flow of electrons means particle motion
Particle.
means wave is nothing but wave packet is nothing but your quantum has come,
Quantum.
quantum bit
And
has
that's
come.
true.
And this bit is very sensitive to environment, very sensitive to temperature. Unless until you maintain that particular thing, your
Yeah.
bit is unstable. You
Hmm,
cannot go with the less errors. Even if you, when we talk about the cold atom with my colleague, if you open a little of the door, can
hmm.
also destroy the structure or destroy the superposition state of your qubit. Such a
Ah,
kind of sensitive the qubits are. That's
hmm.
why making the hardware is the challenging.
Yeah, yeah. Noted.
Even Mahindra also recently announced that they are going to build the quantum computer soon. And
Hmm.
Quantum Valley IBM already in IP it is there. So that's why
Yeah.
once they started, they worried about this qubit. Once they
Hmm.
are working on this qubit stabilization, error
Hmm.
reduction,
Hmm.
obviously 70% of your quantum computing is done.
Got it. Got it. Super. So one of the biggest hurdle as per you, you say that it's an hardware challenge which we currently have, and that's absolutely correct. And where do you see India standing in this race of quantum computing right now? Because there are a lot of initiatives coming up, but as a researcher, as a person who is very much involved into this subject, where do you see that race is heading towards?
Wonderful. We are along with them. I think I have some statistics about it. Where do we stand?
Hmm.
Like quantum. India's four quantum technology hubs we have.
Yeah.
Actually, around 30 countries are working behind it.
Wow.
And with respect to the other things like excuse me, India. Particularly, we are strong at quantum software, quantum algorithms, quantum cyber security, quantum communication, quantum materials, and
Hmm.
human resources.
Super.
Around where am I? Yeah, I'm here. Quantum computing is
Yeah.
doing at IIC Bangalore. Quantum communication is doing at IIT Madras. Quantum
Mm-hmm.
sensing and metallurgy is doing at IIT Bombay. Quantum
Yeah.
materials and devices is doing at IIT Delhi,
Got
and
it.
the government reports showing till August 2026,
Yeah.
152 researchers from 43 institutions
Mm-hmm.
across 17 states and two union territories involved through
Uh-huh.
the National Quantum Mission,
Oh,
technical groups and project teams.
yeah.
The mission of this National Quantum Mission has also supported 8 quantum startups as of now, with
Mm-hmm.
additional startup calls underway. So this is how we are working, and India's hardware process is also very wonderful. And
Super.
for example, QPI has
Ah.
developed the Kaveri 64 recently,
Mm-hmm.
reported as a 64 qubit processor, while a 25 qubit processor in the system has been installed at IIT Triple IT Dharwad and Triple IT Raichur under Karnataka's LEAP initiative. It is also there.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, Andhra Pradesh is also open quantum computer was announced for researchers and students in Amaravati through
Mm-hmm.
a collaboration involving SRM University and a quantum force that you know, Dr. L.
Venkat.
Venkata
Venkat.
Subramaniam sir is
Yes.
also
Yes.
the CEO of Qubit
See.
Force and working
Yes.
hard in
Yes.
making those in reality by 2031. Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
the hardware will be ready and we will be along with the other countries, and we are in the position, if you ask where I have coined those particular things, I think quantum, yeah. Major government programs in US, China, Europe, UK, Japan, and India. We are at the one, two, three, four, five, sixth place right now. We are in the
Oh.
race, of course. So
Mm-hmm.
we are working hard and not surprisingly, proudly I can say, we
Mm-hmm.
have very good technical people in India
Super.
who can work like hardware can be done. and programming wonderful and simulations and even error corrections partially we are working out, and quantum advantage is also okay.
Mm,
So
mm.
in these places, proudly I say that India is standing, and we are doing along with them definitely by 2031.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this computer will be on the market. Whenever I say computer or
Mm.
quantum computing, we always look at in the net or everywhere. It is only some kind of standing will be there, and that is
Yeah, yeah,
looking. That's the
yeah,
processor actually.
yeah.
I used to tell that that's the processor, and we are working only on the processor. Frankly speaking, we're not are working on the input as well as the output. The
Mm.
input and output devices as it is, we interface along with the classical computer, and the output also we give through the classical computer as well. So the
Yeah,
only processor is the main part, and that's why we are in the race, sir. I proudly said, no doubt, we are in the place,
yeah,
good place,
yeah.
below 10 as well.
Yeah, yeah, super, super. So, guys, whoever is listening to this, I think there are heavy number of opportunities which are going to come forward in the future because, as you know, Sir mentioned that we are in the race with the global economy in the quantum economy where we are, and there are plenty of opportunities for the businesses, for the entrepreneurs, and to make sure this world will be very much sustained for the future of humanity. So please look out for those, as you guys have been working in this particular field. But yeah, sir, Dr. Sheikh sir, this is a wonderful opportunity catching up with you today over here, and it's our honor and it's our most respect which we are showing off to you and sharing your insights. And again, I look forward to talk to you back again on couple of sessions, and we can expand that particular ocean of horizon what we have in front of us. And when like just speaking about the EPR paradox itself, it might take 3 4 days for us maybe.
True, sir, true. Because it is not easy to understand something. Hidden variables are there, and which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a reality, and that cannot be
yeah.
understood easily. And
Yep,
that's
yep.
the reason why the Bell also added, and he said that I have to
Mhm.
check your paradox actually. I have to check your spooky action at a distance, whether it is right or not. He also felt by
Yep.
2022, the experiments
Mhm.
proved, and they got the Nobel Prize as well on this
Yes.
quantum entanglement.
True, true, true. So, as a community together, let's make technology for the humanity and let's make technology, stand in a good place because that is what we need, and we have to keep making our natural intelligence, right?
True.
With the artificial intelligence, with the human intelligence, and with the quantum intelligence, we will enter into a area which is known as natural intelligence. Ultimately, that is where the point is touching. So quantum intelligence is nothing, quantum computing which is generating this quantum intelligence is nothing but the quantum natural computing and natural intelligence. And thank you very much, sir, for being our guest today, and it's very wonderful catching up. Thank you guys, everyone, and yeah, we'll post this up on the channels and everybody can listen to these sessions back again. Yeah, bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bryce. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bryce.